Good morning and welcome to today's Restaurant News Networking Group. We are a group of vendors in the food service industry who are here to help each other, and we have a combined years of experience of well over 100 years that can be of help to restaurant owners, managers, and chefs if they choose to use us as a resource. If you'd like to contact us to join the group or to ask us a question, please call 561-620-8888 or go to our website, trnusa.com. Happy New Year to everybody. I hope this year is significantly better for everybody than it was last year. I know we are looking forward to a good year, and we are trying to expand this group. I invited 19 people, new people, to come to this meeting today, and we got one. So Sal, why don't you tell us who you are, what you do, and then we'll double back with you later. So in case you forgot something or you want to add something, we can do that. So Sal, welcome aboard.
All right, thank you. Hello, everybody. My name is Sal Iozia. I'm the founder and CEO of Servi. That's ser.vi. And we make service faster for busy restaurants and bars. And we do that by having a QR menu, a beautiful QR menu that, on the table. And this menu also can take the order, and it can take the payment, and it can print the ticket in the kitchen and the bar automatically. And what we've learned over the years is that in order to do this, restaurants need a high level of control in real time over what the customers can order and what's available. But yeah, that's what we do. We are in the US, Europe, and in the Middle East. I was in Amsterdam for the last 8 years, and I recently moved to the US. I'm an American. I just was there for a while, and I've returned. We started this before the pandemic. Now that I'm here after COVID, we are really reaching out and trying to basically launch Servi in the States.
Okay, well, welcome.
Thank you.
I think what we'll do today is, since it's the first meeting of 2023, we'll do our intros now so that everybody who may be watching can know exactly who we are, and Sal will know who we are. Please, at the end of your intro, give us a way to contact you with phone number, email address, or a website. So John Bunn, why don't you start us off?
Good morning, everyone. Happy New Year. Hope everybody had a great holiday. My name is John Bunn. I'm with the Bunn Company. We manufacture a machine that ties twine around packages. We've been in the food industry since the 1930s, tying bakery boxes, literally any industry you can think of. We're looking at trying to secure the food delivery products because everybody knows, or hopefully everybody knows now, that it's nearly 80% of the delivery drivers admit to eating their food that they deliver. So their stickers don't work, and a lot of different ways securing things don't work. The knot cannot be duplicated by hand. You can reach us at our website is www.bunntyco.com. Our email is info@buntyco.com, and our toll-free number is 1-800-222-BUNN, B-U-N-N. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Darren, good morning. Happy New Year.
Good morning. Happy New Year, everybody. Darren Gall, Tracy.net. We are a communication solution and consulting company. What we do is we help take the aches and pains out of figuring out your phone and internet services. We work with all the vendors in the industry so we can find you the right products at the right price, saving you a lot of time and money of having to research it. Best part is you don't pay us, the carriers do. So it's free to use our services. We can be reached online at traci.net or sales@tracy.net for email. And our number is 800-881-8899. We've been doing this since 1987. We'd love to work with you and your team.
Okay, thank you. Debbie Danto, good morning. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. My name is Debbie Danto Builders. Craig has been in the area for over 40 years building, and I've been with him 20 years. I joined him 20 years ago and got into the building business. We are a general contractor, and we love to be involved with the process from design through the estimating, permitting, and then completion. Ideally, we are in a construction management position and or owner's rep so that we can help along the process, because clients do save time and money when that effort is coordinated between construction and design. We love to build restaurants and help clients, especially the new ones, new to the industry, that have a pretty large learning curve, but also with larger restaurateurs who already have a couple restaurants or more and understand the process. We also do construction. We also are happy to take a set of plans and build the restaurant. And we also are involved in hospitality, which is healthcare, which is very similar to hospitality because of the way they want their hospital rooms and lobbies and cafeterias to look and feel like restaurants and not institutional. Also industrial and government, but all commercial, no residential. And we're also involved in the community. And I sit on the board of the Greater Fort Lauderdale Chamber of Commerce, as well as FRLA and Florida Design and Construction Professionals. Thank you.
Hey, thank you. John McCabe, good morning. Happy New Year.
Good morning. Happy New Year, everyone. I'm John McCabe. I work with Carpigiani. It's a large manufacturer of frozen dessert equipment and pastry equipment. We also distribute ESA display cases for ice cream, gelato, pastry, and chocolate. We're located in North Carolina, where we are doing some manufacturing, and that's where our training center is. We go to the market by education. We have training classes for making ice cream and desserts in Vernon Hills, High Point, North Carolina, New York, and we're doing some Spanish classes in Miami. I can be reached at 1-800-648-4389 or John M at carpigiani-usa.com. I look forward to working with you. If you're looking at a new profit opportunity for your menu, we can definitely show you some ideas for frozen desserts. Thank you very much and have a great new year.
Okay, thank you. Ron.
Good morning, Howard, and the rest of the guys. How are you?
Good.
The Landmark Marketing, we started business 1988, so we're just 35 years now. Expanded into Florida a couple of years ago. We bring technology, ideas, concepts, things the restaurants can use to increase their business on the front end and on the back end. Front end meaning we can identify people that are online seeking information about restaurants. We can also go after high value markets. We have a big campaign we're doing now. We have 22 million people's information. They're celebrating a birthday on a monthly basis. So, 70% of people celebrating a birthday are going to go out somewhere to eat. It's just a question of where. So the restaurants we work with, they use our birthday program, which we'll be doing some mailings with Howard. Generally generate an extra 5 to 10 grand a month in incoming people birthday celebrations. Can increase their business about 100 grand a year by tapping into that very valuable birthday market. Do the same with newcomers. So it's Ron Spatora, landmark.digital, and 443-871-0857. Our target, any restaurant that wants to get an increase in business. That is the kind of place you would go and celebrate your birthday at. Thank you, Howard.
Thank you. Randy, we can see you now. So good morning and Happy New Year. But we can't hear you.
Oh, can you hear me okay?
There you go.
There we go. Happy New Year, everybody. Good morning, Randy here. getting a little more tech savvy as we're going here. Like I said, Randy Pomputis with Heartland Payroll. We do everything from startup companies to acquisitions and multi-locations. This being the time of the year, it's payroll season. 30% of the entrepreneurs make some type of vendor change. We're seeing a lot of transactions. A lot of clients right now. I have 6 clients right now that have bought existing restaurants, and most of them are from New York. So I just set up the 3rd one, and there's 3 more coming. Main focus in the 2023, employee retention and hiring. So with our applicant tracking and our onboarding, the WOTC or work opportunity tax credit is more important than ever. So a lot of opportunity for these small to mid-sized businesses looking to benefit and grow their business in Florida. Best way to contact me is on my cell because I'm always mobile, and that's 585-622-2993. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Rob, good morning. Happy New Year to you.
Hey, good morning, everybody, and Happy New Year to you all. I am Rob Smith, and I solve the labor shortage for small to mid-sized QSRs by replacing human cashiers with Samsung self-ordering kiosks like the one behind me. They never call in sick. They never need training. They never require company benefits except for a little bit of electricity. They never take smoke breaks. They never steal money. The perfect replacement for a cashier. Self-ordering kiosks improve the customer experience because people like to buy food with their eyes, not from a paper menu. They increase the average ticket by 20 to 30% using internal upsells. They increase order accuracy because it is the customer placing the order, and they legitimize small business by providing big business technology. I can be reached at rsmith@touchsuite.com or 561-609-6405.
Okay, thank you. Now we're going to go to the Three Amigos, headlined by Chris Rodriguez.
Hey, senor.
Stooges, who knows? But so we are strategic supply chain partners. We work as an outsourced purchasing department for our clients who are typically in the small to mid-market space, meaning that they are not of the size to typically have a high-end in-house purchasing department or group of people handling purchasing. And we bring big company purchasing expertise to small to mid-sized companies. We typically, and the way we do that is we renegotiate existing massive distribution agreements, or we'll RFP their business to other distributors to get a better agreement in place. Second step is we go manufacturer direct and negotiate pricing. We bundle products for them to leverage volume to get better pricing as well. We typically save on the low end 8%, the high end we're routinely seeing in the teens up to 15% savings. Our most recent success story is a 30-year-old chain in Houston, Texas that started talking to us 2 years ago and thought we were nuts and couldn't help them. They finally caved in, signed us up in November. They wanted to stay with their existing supplier. We went to the existing supplier, renegotiated their deal. They will save $760,000 this year, over $500,000 next year, close to $400,000 the third year. The deal we put in place, and their current supplier is writing them a check for $100,000 this month just to keep their business. That's a typical example of what we do. We're 100% contingency, meaning we don't earn a penny unless we actually identify savings for our customers. I've been at this for over 2 years. This stage of the game, I'm willing to guarantee anybody we talk to at least 7% savings. At this point, it's a no-brainer. Everybody we touch, everybody we talk to, there is found money out there that we can get for. Strategic supply chain partners, I can be reached at 985-778-1515 or chris.rodrigue, RODRIGUE, at ssc.partners.com. We do have the capability by the work to work coast to coast. Kevin,
Okay. Kevin, John, want to add anything?
check out our website at www.ssc.partners. You'll be able to gather quite a bit of information about us there.
Yeah, I think we're in for a good year. I think it's some of these people I've been working on, like Chris, it takes a while for them to realize what we do. And then when they do, they regret it. Why didn't we do this 2 years ago? But I feel some momentum on my end anyways for 2023.
Okay.
We have a great referral program too. 10%
do.
of what we earn goes to our referral partners for the lifetime of a deal we put in.
Okay, thank you. Peter Robinson, good morning. Happy New Year. Peter's still hungover. You there, Peter? All right, let's go to let's go to John Marinak. We'll come back to Peter. Good morning, John. Happy New Year.
Hi, Happy New Year, Howard. John Marinak, Marinak Food Service Consultants. We basically consult on restaurants as well as design restaurants. And we've been having a heck of a year last year, and going into this year, we're pretty busy as well. So if you need your restaurant design, we're ready to do it. We're doing hotels, restaurants, bottling lines, packaging facilities, things like that. And we work a lot with Debbie lately on different things. And we have a couple more things coming up as well. And John McCabe, we've been using a lot of his stuff on different things. And he's going in a couple different facilities that we're doing. And using a lot of the guys that we have on this network here. So anyway, thank you very much, and look forward to working with everybody in the future here.
How do we reach you, John?
Oh, that's right. 954-817-1183. Thank you.
Thanks. You know, you brought up hotels. I just want to mention to everybody, you know, this group has a private Facebook page, and on that Facebook page, I occasionally post information about hotels that are in the works, perhaps just contract signed or building. And you have to be able to get on that. You have to be a member of this group to get on that page. And you also have to be a friend of mine on Facebook. So if we're not friends on Facebook, friend me on Facebook, and then I can invite you onto that page. That's not the way I set it up. That's the way Facebook set it up. So, but you know, that's information, and it's good, Debbie. That's also a good place to post that information that you have to people who can go on there and take a look at it. So I encourage you to use that page, because during the week you can use that to talk to some of the other members and to post information. So it's well worth it. Okay, Peter, you back?
Yeah, I am. I'm sorry. I was not able to get to my phone quick enough. Peter Robinson, Hudson Robinson Business Brokerage. I've been doing this for approximately 18 years. I have an associate, very competent man who speaks Spanish and is very helpful in this business environment. We work on different size businesses, anywhere from 500,000 up to 12 million. We also do commercial real estate. If you're looking for any kind of property, leasing, warehouses, or things like that, we work throughout the state of Florida. I can be reached at 561-445-8198. We are out of Boca Raton, Florida. My website is hudsonrobinson.com. Thank you.
Okay. Terry, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. How is everyone after the beloved new year? 2023 has got to be better for sure. What we do here is we handle the leads report and make sure that you know what's opening when and where in Florida and in Georgia. We've also started, since I get a lot of information from Alabama now. For some reason, our PR people are giving us a lot of stuff from Alabama. So I've started responding with yes, please. So we're adding a section at the very top, and you can't miss it because it's in red, of the new opening under constructions in Alabama on the Georgia report as well. If anybody in Florida that gets the reports also wants that Alabama information, please let me know and I'll put it on the report for you. This month, it'll be coming out around the 15th as we try and get everything caught up from being closed for the holiday for a few days. It gives you when, where, are they in permitting stages? Has the project stalled? Some have. Has it sped up? Is it now in construction phase, which I had to change a couple this morning? Owners' names, email addresses, phone numbers, and about when they're opening. So if anybody would like a sample, just let me know and I'm happy to send it out to you. Thanks.
Hey, Terry, I requested a sample the last time we had a meeting. I haven't heard from you.
No way.
Way, watch the
No
recording.
way. I certainly,
way.
no way. Hold on a minute.
It's been recorded.
Way. Hold on one second. Do me a favor. Shoot me over your email.
I have
Just
it.
tell me your email real quick.
Can I just put it in the notes here, the chat? Okay,
Absolutely.
I'll do that.
Yep. I know I sent it and I'll resend it for you right now. I'm so sorry if I didn't.
Check your
That's
spam
okay.
filter, Rob.
I got no
No,
spam
that's
filter.
okay. Let him, I'll go back. If I didn't, I didn't. But I can't believe I didn't. I would have done it right then.
No sweat.
Yeah, it is. I should have sent it to you. Absolutely.
Okay. Thanks,
Thank
Terry.
you.
Jeff Krantz, good morning. Happy New Year.
Good morning. Happy New Year to all of you. Co-card payment systems are in the electronic transaction business. Any type of credit card or electronic transaction we can handle. Been in business since 1988. Part of Co-card, we're a nationwide group. We can handle just about any type of transaction, any place in the country. But basically it, if you have money that needs to be transferred, we can handle it.
Well, thank you. One of the things I want to bring up to discuss today, you're gonna be one of the guideposts in the conversation. Well, let me tell everybody. Did I miss anybody first? Okay. I'm Howard Appel. I'm the founder and publisher of Today's Restaurant News. We are in our 28th year of publishing, and patting myself on the back, that's a major accomplishment for any kind of a newspaper, especially one up until 2018 that was in print, and now we are digital. Because we're digital, we offer other services that you might find important, which like our email blast program to our database of over 22,000, 15,000 of which are restaurants, hotels, restaurants, managers, chefs, and owners. We also do video email marketing. And of course, what Terry mentioned, the restaurant leads report, very important. It's a great source of information. The topic that I ask everybody to give contact information and I blew it. If you want to reach us, it's 561-620-8888. The topic I wanted to bring up today is I read an article yesterday that Kroger grocery stores are going to merge with Albertsons. And a lot of people in the food service industry, in restaurants, suppliers and dealers, they sort of overlook the supermarket industry for the most part. But my point is, since COVID, I think a lot of businesses have been sort of treading water and not progressing. And especially now in the inflationary period plus COVID, businesses have not been growing, except for those companies that are growing by acquisition or merger, like Kroger's and Albertsons. When they get together, they'll be a major force and give entree into certain states that they may not have been in. A lot of people in the food service industry, like John McCabe's company, their Ali Group, they have grown over the years by acquisition. The company's well built. I think that's the master company. They pick up companies. I know Masterbuilt and Norlake are together. So my question is, and my point is, what do you think about companies growing by merger rather than by sales increases on their own? And based on that information, what will you be doing in 2023 to boost business for yourself and for your company? Because most of us, I would say outside of John, are working for, I'll call small companies. I don't mean that in any way derogatory, but we're not Ali Group. So what can we do to increase our business under the present conditions, knowing that in every economic downturn, there are many millionaires that are created because they're able to pivot and change their business and fill a need that they see that needs to be filled. So anybody have a comment? I'm gonna say, Jeff, you might see sales volume that might have fallen off during COVID or might have increased. I don't know. You can tell us.
We're, what do you call it? We've transitioned into where we don't charge anybody for any equipment. We give it away. We're connecting them to all the major processors. If they want anything, we are also, I have every single one of my salespeople now carries all the supplies, make sure that every one of our merchants is happy. We also have increased the amount of times that we go to merchants to keep in touch with them. It's a really important, and the industry itself is changing over. We find that right now, a year and a half ago, everyone was in straight credit card processing. I'm finding now that 1/3 of almost all of our accounts is cash discount. In other words, the consumer is now paying the credit card discount rate, not the merchant. We just actually last week saved a restaurant $1,400 a month by changing them over to cash discount. I'm not in favor of the product, but it is a very good product for the stores and the merchants, and it helps out in a time when they need extra money and when everything else is going up in cost. That's basically it. We've tried to do everything possible to help them. And of course, we're helping ourselves at the same time, but it's very important that we get the equipment in there at no cost to the merchants and save them money at the same time.
But does anybody see that the acquisition and mergers are going to be more prevalent as we go along?
Yeah, I'll touch on that, Howard. They're definitely going to be more prevalent because everybody's looking to consolidate the operating expenses. And as you consolidate with people who are similar business patterns to yours, you're either A, adding to your product line, B, increasing your locations, or C, lowering your cost by being able to negotiate on the wholesale side at a higher volume level. So I know for us, that's why we stopped trying to do everything for everybody directly on our platform. And we found that we're much more able to help people by partnering with all the other carriers. So in a sense, we've kind of merged with everybody because we can bring all platforms together. We only get paid by the carriers. We don't get billed by the customer or paid by the customer. So what we have to do is how do we stand out? And what Tracy has done is we've chosen to be tier one support for customers, regardless of what platform we put them on. So people who complain about Comcast, they don't have to deal with Comcast. They can sign up for Comcast through Tracy. We support them. They get all the services they would have by going to Comcast directly without the headaches. Same thing with, any carrier, Ring Central, 8x8, Nextiva, we work with them all, dial pads. So it's the type of thing where, you have to differentiate yourself by offering more services at no added cost to the customer. So I think you're going to see more and more mergers, acquisitions, and alike, because it's just too hard to compete as a small guy in these markets anymore.
I'd like to add a little bit there. The real reason that public corporations do mergers and acquisitions is because they need to, for stockholders, they need to increase top line revenue. It doesn't matter whether a company is profitable or not. When they merge, they increase their top line revenue, which makes stockholders happy. And they can cut, as Darren stated, they can cut operational expenses because they're absorbing it into their company, and they can make something that wasn't profitable. So stockholders just want to see top line revenue go up because they know eventually profits will also increase. So it's the wave of the, I mean, that's what's happening. People are just gobbling up small companies.
That's not really with us, but that's different.
Yeah, the future is going to be with these franchises, for instance. Let's just take a pizza franchise that I've been already contacted by one major franchise, which I'm not going to mention a name, but they're a major franchise, and they're already talking about robotics, and they're talking about just doing robotics in all of their stores in the future, and cutting out all of the people in the stores and having nothing but 2 or 3 people doing nothing but just stocking the products that they need, and then just having drivers deliver. And they're looking to have nothing but people phoning in their orders, and the orders go in, the pizzas come out, and then the pizzas go to the delivery and straight out. It's going to reduce the overhead drastically. It's going to reduce the need for people, and it's going to keep the actual stores in the brand's name. So they're going to stay in the chain. They're not going to stay as a franchise anymore. They're going to get gobbled up by the chain, and they're going to remain in the whole chain. So you're not going to see a lot of franchises in the future. You're going to see a lot of chain stores that are going to be owned by the chain all the way across the country. And what you're going to see are people like Carpigiani and these different companies that have all these different brands that they're buying. They're going to have all of their equipment purchased, let's say, from those different manufacturers are going to be supplying to them. And then you're going to see different builders like Debbie's company in different areas building for these different people. And you're going to see people like myself pretty much go out of business because they're going to have their own in-house designs, and they're going to be ready to go, and they're just going to be recopying them left and right.
You guys are all aware of the McDonald's location in Fort Worth that they just opened, right? It's a completely humanless location. There's no people working there. It's all robotics.
No.
Self-service.
Yep.
Castle Hamburgers was a special on TV. They put in 100 stores just recently, robots in the back of the house for production.
Yep. Yeah, the McDonald's has no people, and it's a completely humanless location. It's right outside of Fort Worth.
I heard this morning that a major smoothie chain is testing out a robotic situation in a hospital in Georgia. So you can come in, say what you want, go to your machine, order it, boom.
People criticize it and say, well, it's because they're just getting rid of jobs. But the truth is, these companies are having problems filling jobs and
Right.
people are not applying.
the
They're not-
reason,
And
yeah.
then when
Right.
they do apply, they don't show up for work, or they
Exactly.
take too many sick days, or so it's really, you know, a result of necessity, not
Sure.
replacing humans.
Exactly.
You're right.
It's exactly right.
I think it's gonna twist though. You're still gonna have to have some employment opportunities because you're gonna need engineers to take care of these robotics. You're
Of
gonna need
course.
people to program it. It's gonna be just a little bit different, but again, like John Merrick said, you're gonna not have 100 people. You're probably gonna have 5 or 10 that are gonna be specialized in this area, and they'll be able to take care of the whole chain because of being able to multiply the same exact size of the operation. You know, maybe like a chain might have 2 or 3 different prototypes, and that's you pick 1 or 2 or 3.
Yeah.
They've already got that covered too, John. They've got their own service guys that are ready to go.
And we have people asking for be trained for our service people.
Yeah, they
And-
actually, they're training, they're already, you've got people like, what's their name? I'm
Garden?
drawing up. Middleby. Middleby is cross-training all the way across their entire line to do nothing but training for cross-training their entire crew for like servicing their entire lines.
Yeah.
And you know their lines are pretty
The
widespread.
Middleby companies, all
Yeah.
of them?
Yep, they're trying to cross-train so that way they can, they're also going into robotics and they're going into the ventless. Well, Terry, you know, because I introduced you to Scott.
Yeah,
Yeah,
was the
and
real
I'm
reason
waiting,
for
yeah, I'm
buying
waiting
Taylor.
for the rest of the information to start. I'm gonna do a major story on that. Absolutely.
And you see how he is on that, and
Oh.
they're the leaders in it, and they're not doing a darn thing. I mean, I'm waiting on a deal. I'm ready to close a deal with them on something in DC and also in New York, and I'm waiting on information.
Yeah,
Well,
and
I-
I have
I
it as
can-
a priority. I'm just waiting. As soon as I get the rest of what I need, that's gonna be a top front page story, so.
You know, and I'm working with Robotic Lab USA on these server robots. They cost about 20,000 all in for a robot. They got 3 trays. They run for about 4 hours, have a swappable battery. So any restaurant that's basically got a flat surface, you know, from the kitchen to the dining room. And a lot of times you're deploying one of these along with your staff. And it can also be, you know, used to clear tables as well. It can visit a table and the customers can put their stuff on the top tray and it can come back. So restaurants are, you know, deploying these, you know, in a blended solution. And also you can lease them for under $1,000 a month. So you get an idea of like what the cost savings could be versus full-time staff. You slowly chip away at it.
We have somebody in our group at 9 o'clock that does the leasing for the robots now.
Mhm.
Yes.
So I'm trying to use a different, I'm working on a project up in Alaska, and we're trying to cut out sort of the robotic thing to everything, and we're trying to make it more of, we're trying to use less people, but we're also trying to make it something unique. So what we're doing is we're using trains, and we're using a remote controlled train system throughout the restaurant. And so what we're doing is we've got basically one controller, and this guy, he's really into trains and he really understands trains. So I said, let's go with it. And we're using one system to deliver hamburgers, fries, and things like that to different people's tables. And he's like really into this. I mean, this guy, he's like, yeah. And then the other one, he brings the thing by and he actually busses the tables using the other train to just take the stuff back to the kitchen. And this guy just sits there and he just busses tables and delivers food all night. And he has the best time doing it. And that's how he's going to do this restaurant. And I didn't think he could do it, but this guy, he's nuts, man. He's got huge trains.
Yeah, John, that's weird. I saw a video somewhere, the exact same thing. The train was like coming around on a wall, passing windowsills, and then they had the tables on the other side.
Uh-huh.
Stop, people would take their drink, whatever off, they'd put dirty stuff on it, and the train would roll off. What is it, G scale, by the way?
What's that?
Got to be G scale.
Yeah,
Scale
it's like
train.
it's
big
the
train.
kind you could ride in too. You could sit on the
Oh, that
almost.
big?
Yeah,
Wow.
it's like you could sit on at least I think like.
The one I saw was the G scale. That's.
So you can fit a full tray,
Yeah,
a full
that's-
standard tray of food and drinks on this
Yeah.
train. Yeah.
that's pretty
So
fun.
in Asia, they do this a lot where they have the conveyor belts that run through the restaurant.
The sushi.
Yeah, I've seen that before. Yeah.
Yeah.
Back in Chicago, many years ago, there was a restaurant on the south west side that did the exact same thing, John. They had a train that would take it along the bar and to the tables, and it was really cool. This was back in the 70s when they had that with the idea with the train. It worked great. They loved it. Everybody loved it. It was a nostalgic type of thing that everybody loved.
I'm waiting to flip a cheeseburger, man. I'm waiting to see one go.
They discontinued that because they had trouble finding a guy that was small enough to sit on that train.
Howard, if I can, going back to your question, how is it relating to everything and with the merges in the packaging industry? We're having a lot of this happen with a lot of your what you call a paper company where they do all the napkins and paper towels and all that, and they're trying to build their base, and so they're buying up small packaging distributors. And the problem that happens with this is they lose the customer service, they lose the knowledge of equipment, and so now they're losing the business. And so a lot of these mergers is creating a lot of problems. I won't mention names, but there's one company that's bought out a lot of packaging equipment guys, and they turn around and they threw out all the old parts and equipment. So all of a sudden, what you used to be able to buy things for to repair the equipment and even the material that ran through it, they stopped it completely. And now the customers are all upset because they have to buy all new equipment. So and then they lose their customer service and their knowledge base. And so the customers go and scramble. So to me, the biggest thing is
Hey, I'm online and Alex just texted me. He's at the front door. Thanks.
And they lose that customer knowledge and equipment base. And so that your smaller companies actually start thriving more when they try to learn and pick that up. And that's what your big corporations and the mergers are really creating, a nightmare for customer service because nobody knows anything. You call up, they don't have answers.
Well, if a company goes to like a McDonald's, they go to a robotics operation, and all those people who are working behind the counter are no longer employed. That creates another problem. Where do those people who are minimum wage people, where do they end up going? What kind of jobs can a woman who's a single mom, with 3 kids working at McDonald's, where does she go for a job? And the second,
PSA.
I'm sorry?
If I were her, I'd get married.
PSA.
To a rich guy.
And then the other
PSA
question
in the
is,
airports.
the other question is,
OnlyFans.
well, if you go all robotics, you now have to hire guys or women who are specialists in robots and the operation.
Not at the
service.
hospitality level, no. So this is going to be fully managed. So for example, one of the things that's real important for us at Servi is we help all of our restaurants with real-time 24/7 support because they have fewer staff to deal with issues if they arise. And so there cannot be any downtime. There cannot be things wrong with the menu or the system. So we can, remote control in to the tablets that they have. So they have a staff tablet that runs software that receives the order and talks to the printers and the KDS screens. We remote control right into that and reconfigure it on demand if needed. And we do menu updates and do system updates in real time via WhatsApp chat. So, I think what you'll find is companies that have to provide this technology to offset staff also have to provide a higher level of service aggregate across the companies that deploy it. As like what's your name, R.S. Smith, you've got the kiosk for QSR. That's, the whole goal here is to reduce staff, right? Reduce staff and increase customer experience. And so you do that with support. And so the restaurant on location doesn't have to have this specialty. The larger change will have like an IT manager that's going to, oversee the system and understand it. And you want to support them as well, but you have to support the locations directly.
That's interesting.
The hard part is what's the quality control if something on a robot breaks, some hose comes loose, something, the dispatch time for somebody to get out there, to fix it, because these people obviously aren't going to be sitting on location, and it's going to be open a whole new opportunity for monitoring, managing, and tracking quality control.
Yeah, and I agree. So all of these pieces become mission critical. And it's just like the impact of staff not showing up and human staff not doing their job, it's bad. And so it's bad when technology doesn't show up and technology doesn't do its job. And so I think you'll see robots deployed along with staff at first, and then restaurants will need multiple robots. So when one breaks down, they've got a spare. So funny thing, like, we're deploying table toppers on tables, and we 3D print our own holders, so here's one, it's shipped flat, and then the restaurant can put it together and it stands up. But, so we give them extra blanks and we give them an extra set of stickers, because these things can get knocked off the table, they can be broken, and they need a quick way, to get back up and running on a table. So you have to just think about, well, you will not only have to think about it, you'll see it happen in real life, and you'll create your solution to be robust. Like, how do you help a restaurant get back up and running when any part of it has an issue?
I have a question for you, Sal.
Yes.
If the restaurant, does the restaurant have to exclusively use this? How would
No.
they know whether a table has paid for their food or not?
That's a great question. So one of the things that we do, we provide visibility and control for the
Ankle
staff
monitors.
on our tablet. There's a screen called the Who to Ignore screen, which basically shows table IDs that are logged into the system and that they're actively ordering. And so staff can identify tables in the restaurant that are not logged in and go take their order. So we basically are augmented full service restaurants. So we expect the restaurant to also have service staff to take the 20% of orders that customers who just don't want to do this yet, or having technical problems. But yeah, so we show the staff who's ordering and who's not, and then they can go and take the order.
Do Rob and Sal, do either of your systems collect data about the customers?
We do. We collect. I mean,
Sure.
It depends on what the merchant wants, but we'll collect emails, phone numbers for text messaging, whatever they want to collect.
Yeah, in our system on checkout, there's a simple checkbox. The email is optional for receipt, and customers can check a box and say, I want to receive offers from this restaurant. And then we share those emails with the restaurant in the spreadsheet.
Because that's gold right there.
Yeah, you get good engagement, because it's their phone, right? So it's much easier to fill out these forms when they're ordering off of their own phone.
We even integrate with a current and existing loyalty program.
And a company like Ron's, who's inviting people back for birthdays, that's vital information.
Yeah, our kiosks can even learn, like if you're in a part of their loyalty program and you come in 3 times a week and you order the same thing, you don't even have to place the order. It'll say, this is what you ordered last time. You want to order it again?
That's
what a lot of apps are doing now. Like DDQ does that. You can save your orders, Payway, the same thing. So it says, are you doing your usual order?
Yep.
Well, you should have your list now, and I also sent you a bonus, so.
I saw it. Thank you.
Just to interject, Howard, the list that we come up with is we cross-section about 100 different sources of data. So when people move to an area, and subscribe to something, they might put their birthday in. So we can send out a birthday invitation to about 1,000, 2,000 people within 3 miles of the location, but only about 5 or 10% of those may actually currently be on their data. So the beauty is you're going to reach people that are not currently on your data, which you can then add to your data.
Right. Well, we've reached the witching hour of 12 o'clock. So this is the end of the meeting. I want to thank everybody for coming. You know, as they always say, this was a great conversation, and you want to leave them wanting more. And that's what we're going to do today.
Howard, I did not give my how to reach me in the video.
Oh yeah, would you please do that?
I didn't know that. I went first and I didn't know that. So
I'm sorry.
So I'm Sal with Servi. We make service faster. You can reach me at sal@ser.vi. That's SAL@ser.vi. Or our website get.servi. That's get.ser.vi.
Are you located in South Florida?
I am. So I'm in Nashville, Tennessee.
Okay.
Yeah, we have corporation registered in Florida.
We were just in
Oh, you were
Nashville.
in Nashville.
Did you like the snow? Wasn't it great?
We had a little bit of snow, a half inch or an inch of snow. It was very nice.
Yeah, minus 5 degrees. We were
it's-
freezing.
We're in this heat wave now.
Yeah.
Let me officially end the meeting. I want to thank everybody for coming. Happy New Year, everybody. Look forward to seeing you all again next week. And have a great week. Stay safe.